All right, in this exercise, we are going to draw the line for this particular graph. Y equals 2x to the power of x minus 1 minus 2. Now, the way we're going to draw this is by first drawing the parent function, which is y equals 2 to the power x. We're going to use table of values or a t-table to draw this. Once we draw it, then we're going to use horizontal and vertical translations in order to draw this function right over here. Now, the way we got to recognize is that what we have here is kind of like an exponential function. And what's important to realize is that as we proceed to draw this, we have an x minus 1 here. Now, this x minus 1 essentially is in brackets. So I'm going to put brackets around there because that's all together part of that too. So because it's in brackets and it's the x, it refers to the horizontal shift. And that horizontal shift here is the opposite of whatever it says, opposite sign. So if it's a minus 1, it means it's not going to be to the left, it's going to be to the right. So it's going to be a shift to the right. By how many units? Well, it's minus 1, so it's 1 unit. 1 unit to the right, because it's a minus 1. So if we got a minus in the brackets, it's right. And that's what we got there. Now here, we got a minus 2. Now that refers to the vertical, which is the up and down. And here, you keep the sign the same. So if it's minus 2, it refers to down by 2 units. So essentially, whatever we draw here, this will be shifted and translated horizontally 1 unit to the right and vertically 2 units downwards. So first, before we can do any shifting and translating, what we need to do is draw the parent function. So the parent function, I'm just going to draw a little t-table, x, y. So we'll go from, let's see now, we'll go from negative 2, 0, 1, 2, and 3. We'll go there. Okay, let's substitute these values straight into y equals 2 to the power of x. That x is what this negative 2 refers to. So 2 to the power of negative 2 is 1 over 2 squared, which is 1/4 or 1/4. We've got 1/4. Okay, 2 to the power of 0, that's just going to give us 1 because anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that's a 1. 2 to the power 1, that's just 2. To the power 2, that's 4. To the power 3 is 8. Okay, we're going to take these and plot them on the grid there, on the number plane. So we've got negative 2, 1/4, negative 2, 1/4, or 1/4 right there. We have 0, 1 right there. We have 1, 2, and then 2, 4. 1, 2, and then 2, 4, and finally we have 3, 8. 3 and up 8, that's right over there. All we have to do is join those dots. So we have, it's going up rather rapidly. It's getting closer and closer to the x-axis, but not quite touching. Okay, just put an arrow there. That's what we have, y equals 2 to the x. Y equals 2 to the power of x. 2 to the power of x, there we have it. That is our parent function. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shift and we're going to draw this function right over here. So one of the best ways to do that is, let me just mark it out here with the red right there. We're going to shift that point there that cuts the y-axis right over there and 1. So we're going to shift that. How many units? Well, it's going to be 1 unit to the right and 2 units down. 1 unit to the right, 2 units down. So that means we've got a point 1, 1, 2, that's a point right there. Okay, so that has moved there. Shifted horizontally 1 and down 2 units. All right, let's find another point. This one here, across 1, down 2, 1, 2. that's going to be there. Okay. Then we got this one, across 1, down 2. 1, 2, that's there. And this point, across 1, down 2, right there. So we're starting to form this. Okay. Now this point over here, which was negative 2, 1/4, negative 2, 1/4, will go down to 1, 2, and across 1, which will be right there. Across 1, maybe a bit lower. There we go. Now, this horizontal x-axis has just gone down by 2 units. So we're going to have essentially an asymptote through there, gone down by 2 units. So I'll just put an asymptote in there. It's usually a dotted line. So the x-axis has gone down to here. All right, there it is. Now we can start to draw the other curve. It's very close to it. There we are. This is the new function here that we've just drawn, y equals 2 to the power of x minus 1 minus 2. So let me just write it here. Y equals 2 to the power of x minus 1 minus 2. There we go. So essentially, put this point is translated to this point there. Essentially what we're doing is we draw the parent function, y equals 2 to the power of x, and then we shift it horizontally by how many points? By 1 unit. Horizontally 1 unit, and then down 2 units. And we draw the exact same graph, and that exact same graph is of the same size, same shape, hasn't been changed in any way. It's just the same original graph translated down to this new position right over here. There you go. Hope that helps.